Welcome to my channel, Liberty Old Coin and History Enthusiasts. Today we're holding a piece of Australian history that is more than just pocket change. First up, let's set the scene. The year is 1969 and the world is in the throes of immense change. Against this backdrop, the Royal Australian Mint struck a new round 50-cent coin bearing the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II. This was a standard coin for general circulation, meant to be used and spent. But within this minting process, something extraordinary and almost imperceptible happened. A very small number of these 1969 coins were struck using obverse, or head-side, dies that were not intended for the 50-cent piece. They bore a unique design nuance that would lie dormant for decades. This crucial detail is what separates the common from the spectacular. The standard 1969 50-cent coin, while historic, is not particularly valuable. Millions were minted and they are easily found today. You must understand this distinction to grasp the true prize. The legendary value is reserved exclusively for the 1969 round 50-cent coin, displaying what experts call the pointed hair or fine hair variety on the Queen's portrait. This is not a damage or a wear pattern. It is a genuine mint error, a misapplied die that created a dramatically different sculptural detail in Her Majesty's coiffure. Next, we delve into the specific visual marker. On the common coin, the Queen's hair appears as a soft, rounded bundle. On the rare variety, the highest strands of hair above her crown are sharply defined, coming to distinct, pointed ends. This difference is subtle but absolute, and it is the only feature that matters. The genesis of this error is a tale of minting expediency. It is believed that to continue production, a limited number of dies originally prepared for the 1966 commemorative coins were repurposed for the 1969 50-cent. This bureaucratic decision, made to save time and resources, inadvertently created one of Australia's most famous numismatic rarities. Now let's talk numbers, for they are staggering. While over 20 million round 50-cent coins were struck in 1969, the population of this pointed hair variety is astonishingly low. Reputable estimates suggest only between 5,000 and 10,000 examples ever left the mint, with far fewer surviving in top condition. This extreme scarcity is the primary engine of its value. We are discussing a coin that is literally one in several thousand. When such rarity meets intense demand from serious collectors and investors, the market responds with breathtaking figures. The condition or grade of your coin is everything. A worn example, still clearly showing the pointed hair detail, can command a very respectable sum, often reaching into the hundreds or even low thousands of dollars. But that is merely the beginning. For a coin in mint state, untouched and retaining its original luster and sharp strike, the valuations enter another realm entirely. We are no longer talking about hundreds. We are discussing life-changing money for a single piece of silver. Record sales have consistently proven the immense worth of this numismatic king. Exceptional specimens, graded at the very peak of preservation, have achieved hammer prices at auction that defy belief, selling for figures that can approach and even exceed $25,000. Imagine that! A single 50-cent piece from 1969 with the right defining characteristic, possessing a potential maximum value rivaling that of a new car. This is not speculation, it is documented fact in the auction records of the most prestigious numismatic houses. Your mission now is one of diligent search. You must scour every old coin jar, every inherited collection, every forgotten tin passed down from grandparents. Look for the 1969 round 50-cent, hold it under a good light, examine the very top of the Queen's hair. If you see those sharp, pointed strands, you are holding a genuine treasure. Do not clean it. Do not handle it excessively. Simply place it in a protective holder and seek professional authentication from a certified coin grading service. The journey from discovery to wealth is a careful one, but it is a path well traveled by lucky finders before you. This coin represents a tangible link to a minting anomaly that has captivated Australia for generations. Its value is cemented not just in silver but in story. It is a relic of a mistake that became a legend, a piece of history that was nearly lost to circulation, waiting for an astute individual to recognize its monumental worth. So let this knowledge empower you. The 1969 pointed hair 50-cent is the holy grail for many. its maximum value is a profound sum, a true financial windfall. Your historical treasure hunt starts today. Go and look, for fortune favors the informed. Next coin, Australia 50 cent 1971 Elizabeth II coin, is much more than just loose change in your pocket. It's a piece of Australian numismatic history that many collectors around the world seek. And yes, it absolutely can be valuable now, and even more so in the future when you understand its story and collectability. 4+1. The 1971 Australian 50 cent coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra with a total production of about 21 million pieces. It features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the Australian coat of arms on the reverse, making it instantly recognizable and steeped in national history. For a collector, anything that's over 5 decades old already carries weight because that age marks a transition in Australia's currency era and retired designs. Online Coin Club. Wikipedia. From the moment it left the mint, this coin has had two identities. On the surface it is a 50-cent piece, but in the numismatic world it holds the potential of a collectible treasure. While everyday circulated examples may trade hands among collectors for modest sums, there is a tiered value structure that rewards collectors who understand grading, rarity, and condition. Old Coin Online. A 1971 Australian 50 cent in circulated condition that you might find in a jar of coins could be worth significantly more than its face value simply because some people don't realize what they hold. On average, a common circulated coin can sell in the general marketplace for amounts far above what it buys in the shop, and that's just the beginning. 4. If your coin is in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition, seasoned collectors will often compete to own it, pushing sale prices to levels that make even casual holders sit up and take notice. These coins can move well into the teen range when conditions are strong. Old Coin Online. Now the real magic happens when we talk about uncirculated and specially graded pieces. Coins that show no signs of wear, have great luster, and have been professionally graded by a recognized coin grading service can sell for far more, often many times over the average. Professional grading adds credibility and rarity weight, and these coins can sell to collectors who specialize in top-tier pieces. All numies. Collectors also chase error coins, those with mint misprints, off-center strikes, or unusual markings, and these can fetch substantial premiums in the right circles. Some rare error varieties from this issue have been known to sell into significant double-digit or triple-digit prices because they are considered one-of-a-kind or extremely scarce. Old Coin Online. When you think about future value, remember that the coin story will only grow richer. The 1971 50-cent coin represents an era of Commonwealth coinage under Queen Elizabeth II. And as the years pass and original examples become rarer in high condition, collectors' demand tends to increase. History shows many coins that were once common become harder to find in top grades over time, and those coins typically appreciate in value significantly. Wikipedia. Imagine holding a coin that decades from now might not only remind someone of Australia's rich heritage, but also be a hot item at a collector auction or online bidding war. As the collector community grows and interest in vintage world coins rises, prices for well-preserved and rare specimens will continue to climb. Trends in numismatics show that interest in classic pieces like this one doesn't fade, it only gets stronger. 4. So whether you're just starting your coin journey or you've already held this piece for years, know this. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin is a valuable collectible that can reward patience, presentation, and timing. A coin that might exchange hands today for dozens in uncirculated condition could become a much talked about rarity in the future. Old Coin Online. If you polished it up, sent it for professional grading, and marketed it to the right collector base later down the line, the maximum value could grow far beyond today's average, especially for top-tier grades or error varieties that spark competition among serious collectors. All numies. The history imbued in that simple dodecagonal copper-nickel disc makes it a tangible piece of Australian monetary heritage that's worth every moment of attention and preservation. Australian coins. What starts as a humble coin from 1971 can become a prized asset for someone who sees beyond its face value. And those who do often find that their patience and knowledge pay off handsomely as collectors chase after rare survivors of time. Old Coin Online. Second coin. The coin we're exploring today is the magnificent Australia 50-cent piece from 1999, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This particular coin is not just pocket change. It is a coveted treasure for collectors worldwide, a centerpiece of numismatic desire. The demand for this specific 1999 specimen is extraordinarily high, with thousands of serious numismatists and investors actively seeking to add it to their holdings. Its current value on the collector's market is not a matter of mere dollars, but potentially thousands, with pristine, certified examples commanding prices that can soar well above $4,000. This represents an immense premium over its face value, signaling a coin of exceptional worth and historical gravity. The story of this coin's immense value begins not in 1999, but decades earlier in 1966. That was the year Australia introduced its new decimal currency, and with it, the iconic 12-sided 50-cent coin made from 80% silver. That original silver coin, with its magnificent Stuart Devlin design of the Australian coat of arms, was a treasure in itself. However, the rising price of silver soon made its metal value exceed its face value, leading to its rapid withdrawal from circulation after just 2 years. For over 3 decades afterwards, from 1969 to 1999, the Royal Australian Mint produced 50-cent coins in a copper-nickel alloy, and crucially only for commemorative purposes or special mint sets. They were not released into general circulation. This brings us to the pivotal year of 1999. That year, the Mint made a momentous decision. To ensure there were enough 50-cent coins for everyday commerce in the new millennium, they resumed a general circulating mintage of the copper-nickel 50-cent piece. This 1999 issue was the first regular release 50-cent coin in 31 years, marking the end of an era where the denomination was considered semi-commemorative. This historical context alone makes the 1999 coin a landmark piece, a bridge between the old and new monetary epochs of Australia. But history alone does not create the staggering value we see today. The true genesis of its fortune lies in a remarkable minting error. During the production run, a small number of 1999 50-cent coins were struck on what are known as incorrect blanks or wrong planchets. These are the prepared metal discs onto which the design is imprinted. The most legendary and valuable of these errors are the coins struck on the smaller, thicker planchets intended for the 10-cent coin. Imagine the awe of discovering a 50-cent design, but on the size and composition of a 10-cent piece. This spectacular error is a pinnacle of Australian numismatics. These coins are exceedingly rare, with perhaps only a handful confirmed to exist in the entire world. Their scarcity is absolute, and in the world of collecting, scarcity driven by desire creates extraordinary markets. This is why the value is genuinely high, astronomically high, placing it among the most desirable modern error coins on the planet. The visual appeal of this error is undeniable. A holder would immediately notice its unusual size, its distinct weight, and the iconic 12-sided design compressed onto a smaller canvas. It is a tangible piece of minting history, a moment of industrial confusion captured forever in metal. For the collector, it represents the ultimate find, a prize that transcends ordinary collecting and enters the realm of legend. Owning such a piece is a statement of profound numismatic achievement. Let us be unequivocal about its market position. The standard 1999 50-cent coin from circulation is indeed common, but the error variants, particularly the 10-cent planchet mule, are in a financial league of their own. Auction records and private sales have consistently demonstrated that when one of these rare errors appears, the bidding is fierce and the final hammer price is monumental. The maximum price achieved for such a coin can confidently reach into the many thousands of dollars, with some valuations sitting firmly in the $4,000 to $6,000 range for a single, certified specimen. The audience for this coin is vast and passionate. It is sought by specialist error coin collectors, by completists aiming for every variation of Australian decimal coinage, by investors who recognize the unparalleled stability and growth potential of such a rare tangible asset, and by historians captivated by its story. The competition to acquire one is intense whenever an example surfaces, which may be only once every several years. This is not a passive market, it is a dynamic arena of high-stakes acquisition. Consider the journey this coin represents. It was born from the Mint's historic return to circulation coinage, passed through a remarkable mechanical fault, escaped detection by quality control, and found its way into the world. For years, it may have been overlooked until a sharp-eyed individual recognized it for the king's ransom it truly is. That narrative of discovery is a dream that motivates every coin hunter, a possibility that turns every handful of change into a potential lottery ticket. The certification of such a coin is paramount. Top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC authenticate and encapsulate these errors, confirming their legitimacy and assigning a grade that quantifies their state of preservation. A coin graded in mint state condition, essentially as it left the press, will achieve the highest possible market value. This certification transforms it from a curious piece into a bankable asset with a globally recognized pedigree. Why should you, the viewer, care about this specific 1999 50-cent coin? Because it represents the ultimate symbol of hidden value. It teaches us that history and error can combine to create something priceless. It motivates us to look closer, to learn, and to appreciate the artifacts in our possession. This coin is a testament to the idea that extraordinary wealth can be lying in plain sight, waiting for the knowledgeable to claim it. Building a collection that includes such a legendary piece is the aspiration of a lifetime for many. It would immediately become the crown jewel of any Australian numismatic portfolio. Its presence elevates an entire collection, speaking volumes about the owner's dedication, expertise, and success in the field. It is a conversation piece of the highest order, a story you can hold in your hand. From an investment perspective, coins of such definitive rarity have a proven track record of appreciating in value over time. Their supply is fixed and minuscule, while the number of affluent collectors entering the hobby continues to grow worldwide. This fundamental economic principle ensures that the value of the 1999 50-cent error coin is not only high today, but is positioned for potential growth tomorrow. It is a tangible hedge, a piece of sculpted financial security. The pursuit of this coin is an adventure. It involves networking with dealers, monitoring auction houses, joining specialist forums, and constantly hunting your knowledge. The hunt is as thrilling as the acquisition. And should you ever be fortunate enough to secure one, the feeling of accomplishment is immeasurable. You become a custodian of a singular chapter in Australia's monetary history. Let us not underestimate the sheer beauty of the design itself. Stuart Devlin's depiction of the Australian coat of arms, with the kangaroo and emu flanking the shield, is a masterpiece of heraldic artistry. To see this iconic design on the incorrect canvas of a 10-cent planchet only heightens its uniqueness, creating a paradoxical and fascinating artifact that challenges expectation. For the content creator and enthusiast, focusing on this coin drives immense engagement. The story of rarity, error, and immense value captivates audiences, sparks discussions, and inspires a community of hunters. By sharing knowledge about this key date and variety, you empower others to look, to learn, and to potentially change their lives with a single find. In conclusion, the Australian 1999 50-cent coin of Queen Elizabeth II, particularly its legendary error varieties, stands as a titan of modern numismatics. Its value is authentically and justifiably high, anchored in an irreproducible historical moment and a minting mistake of sublime rarity. With maximum prices soaring into the thousands of dollars, it represents a pinnacle of collecting ambition. Its history is a compelling tale of monetary policy and industrial accident, resulting in an object of desire that thousands seek but only a minuscule few will ever possess. Do not dismiss your 1999 50-cent pieces. Examine them with care, with knowledge, and with the thrilling hope that you might be holding one of the most valuable and storied coins of the modern era. The dream is valid, the history is rich, and the potential reward is truly monumental.